Most unusual natural disasters caught on camera. Natural disasters occur all the time, all over the world. They take lives, change landscapes, and can even take out an entire city. We talk about them so often, spitting out facts and statistics, yet it's still quite hard to capture what all actually happened. However, we forget that at any given moment, there are cameras rolling, capturing nearly every harrowing detail. From tornadoes to sinkholes, here are some of the most unusual natural disasters caught on camera. Fire tornado in California. In August of 2018, the Carr Fire, the largest of 17-meter wildfires burning across California, jumped the Sacramento River and began burning the city in rain. A residency evacuated, a scene out of a disastrous movie unfolded. A massive tornado of smoke and fire expanded in size, reaching up to 18,000 feet high as it moved through the city for almost an hour, blowing at near tornado-strength speeds. So what exactly is going on in the scary scene? And what exactly is a fire tornado? Fire tornadoes truly look like the doors of hell have opened up. As the hot air rises from the ground, it swirls and turns and then dissipates as the altitude rises. As the air rises, it picks up burning embers, flammable debris, hot gases, and ash reaching almost 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. While they only last a few minutes, they can be extremely dangerous. They move quickly, thus creating a path of destruction in a matter of minutes. The Louisiana town that's being swallowed by a sinkhole. For those of us who can watch them from behind the protective barrier of a computer screen, sinkholes seem pretty cool. Yes, they cause destruction, but in a world where large objects normally stay where we put them, there's a certain fairy tale quality to the way they can just suck away enormous chunks of the earth. On August 3, 2012, the residents of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, noticed a petrol-like smell in the air. Later that day, someone stumbled on a giant hole filled with sludgy water on the western edge of town. The hole, it was soon established, was caused by the collapse of an underground salt cavern mined by a company called Texas Brine. When the walls of the mine collapsed, it turned out they let natural gas and oil filter up to the surface to escape into the town's air. On the first day, the hole covered about an acre of land, but it's growing day by day. And it can be seen in the video where it's swallowing up a large swamp trees into its depth. Afterward, the trees are gone and the water jiggling to still. The video almost begs for a voiceover, something like, "You saw nothing. Nothing happened here." Texas Brine has also been organizing buyouts for the residents, not suing it, and locals have found themselves in a difficult spot of deciding whether to turn their homes over to the sinkhole's hunger or hold out and hope that the ground and their homes will be stabilized. Massive volcanic eruption. Indonesia is no stranger to volcanic eruptions and is home to one of the deadliest volcanoes in history, Mount Krakatoa. This country is a tectonic and seismic hotspot in the Pacific. One of the many volcanoes on the island erupted on August 9, 2020 in spectacular fashion, and luckily the locals who were not hurt were able to capture it on video. Mount Sinabung is located on the island of Sumatra. The footage, taken from one of the nearby villages, shows what is exactly the second eruption of the volcano. The mountain's volcanic activity actually started the day before with a smaller eruption, but it gets bigger and bigger. So the government ordered all residents to stay at least 3 kilometers away from the mountains. Just before the footage started, the mountain erupted violently, with some residents describing the sounds like a loud clap of thunder that lasted over 30 seconds. That truly was frightening. Then the video shows a huge cloud of volcanic ash spewed 3 miles into the air, turning the sky dark. Ash was spread across hundreds of miles of land, covering cities and villages in a thick layer of ash up to 15 miles away. It was the first time Mount Sinabung had seen any activity in over a year. Volcanic lightning. When it comes to severe acts of nature, there are a few things that compare to volcanoes. They spew ash and lava and loud, monstrous explosions, shaking the ground for miles in all directions. Many times, the ash that these explosions expel can linger in the air for days at a time, blocking out the sun and making the day seem like night. But in these dark clouds, there's a process that can occur and adds a new level of terror to an already occurring natural disaster. It's known as volcanic lightning, and it's enough to make a person feel as if the world is coming to an end. In this video, a man is recording a flash of volcanic lightning just after the eruption of Chile's Calbuco volcano. The sky was black as it can be. However, flashes of light were going off, and more the time passed, the more intense the flashes were getting. Sometimes the lightning bolts were so intense that they seemed to stay in place for a few seconds before they eventually disappeared. It was an awe-inspiring yet terrifying display of nature's true power. Now you might ask, what causes volcanic lightning? It's a good question. It mostly has to do with the composition of the materials that are ejected from the volcano and how they react with each other in the air. During a traditional thunderstorm, air that's moving up and down in the clouds causes raindrops and ice crystals to collide, creating an electrical surge that gets released when enough energy is built up. During a volcanic eruption, ash, rock, lava, and sometimes water collide, creating that electrical charge throughout the plug of ash. In some circumstances, like the one shown in the video, the electrical charges are significant, happening nearly every second. Volcanic lightning, however, does not happen every time a volcano erupts, making moments like these very rare. Supercell storm. On the spectrum of thunderstorms, supercells are the largest and most dangerous, as you can see in this video of a Colorado storm chase from 2015. What sets them apart is the presence of a mesocyclone, a persisting, rotating drift. This devastating addition can produce punishing weather, including 70-mile-per-hour winds, torrential rain, frequent continuous lightning, 2-inch hail, and sometimes the formation of EF5 tornadoes. But these monstrous storms don't just pop into existence. What conditions create them? First up, you need a thunderstorm. Moisture from the earth is lifted into the atmosphere by warm weather. As it cools at higher altitudes, latent heat is released from the droplets, creating warmer air, which then rises up as an updraft in a process known as convection. While updrafts are present along with downdrafts from precipitation, the simultaneous presence of both drafts creates considerable turbulence. At this point, the formation of the storm is reliant on the presence of changing wind speeds and directions at different altitudes, which creates a rolling motion called horizontal vorticity. A warm updraft then bends the spinning air upwards to become vertical vorticity and rotates within it. This is what forms the mesocyclone and turns it into a supercell, the Russian flash. The bright yellow glow lasted for about 11 seconds before it disappeared. Russian authorities didn't comment on the video, leaving the conspiracy theories to run wild with crazy ideas on the origin of light. Some said it was aliens, while others said it was a portal opening up. Interestingly, the light wasn't accompanied by any sound, making it even more confusing. According to regional television, none of the weather scientists could explain the strange and scary phenomenon. So what in the hell was it? We don't know. And with that, we've reached the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed watching these unusual natural disasters caught on camera. For more fascinating videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel and also ring that bell icon to receive future updates. Stay safe and healthy. Be safe